We are here today because we are standing in solidarity with parents, grandparents, family members that has been affected by the state of Texas child welfare system by the name of Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. We're here today to put them on blast and put them on notice for their atrocious activities that they have been doing to these families in the state of Texas. This is not a race thing. This is not a Democratic thing. This is not a Republican thing. This is a family thing. And one thing about Texas that we love our children. Right. And we do not stand by a child welfare agency that is designed supposed to help families when they are going through a tremendous time. You know, they're supposed to provide training for these families. They're supposed to provide therapy and services and things for these families in order for families supposed to reunite. And that's not what's happening. What we have and that's happening right now across our state, what we have noticed, what we have seen firsthand is that you're removing these children from their families, you're not giving the families the opportunity to fight for their kids, and then you're putting these kids in a far more worse situation to where they are being abused under your watch. This is the purpose why this federal lawsuit is in place against Texas Department of Family and Protective Services and Texas Department of Health and Human Services. This is why, because it is your job supposed to protect the unprotected, and this is not what's happening. What you're doing, you're taking these kids, you racking up this Title IV funding so you can line your pockets and have these big top salaries, and then you're not giving these families the opportunity to fight for their kids. You're not giving our kids in the state of Texas, a fighting chance in order for them to be able to become productive citizens in an ever-changing society. And that is not what's happening. We have direct evidence to show that our child welfare system is failing. Our child welfare system don't give a damn about our families, and they damn sure don't give a damn about our kids. So I'm not out here rah-rahing. That's not what we're doing. We got direct evidence to show the corruption. We need to shed a light on what they're doing, just like a roach in the kitchen when you cut the light on. That is what we're doing, okay? The chickens have come home to roost. The jig is up. This is something that's happening in all 254 counties. We are going to go around to all 254 counties. We have started a movement. They need to do their damn job, and that's not what's happening. So, just to show, we have Miss Candace Jeffcoats. Miss Candace has been fighting for her children for years, damn near 10 years. This was a mother who served time in prison. This is a mother who had drugs as an issue. This is a mother who turned around and changed her life around. And you do not want to give her the opportunity. You gave her false promises and you gave her false hope. And we let you know now that she has support and you're not going to do it to her. Look, here's an example. This was a child safety plan right here with her child that CPS put in place to place her child with a known offender. So you removing kids and then you putting them in harm's way with someone that got a heavy, extensive criminal record. Then we have another one. This young man right here, how can he adopt a kid? You put her child, you're not giving her the opportunity to fight for her child, and you put her child in somebody's house that look like this, that has a known criminal and arrest history. CPS, shame on you, honey. Shame on you.
Shame on you, CPS.
And then we have the broken promises that was sent to her via social media in those DMs, telling her they're giving her the opportunity. You're going to be able to get your kids back and all of this stuff. But then I'm looking at this courtroom that's behind us that completely did the opposite. That is unacceptable. See, I want to show you the real live proof of what is happening. Then we have one of the caseworkers who felt compelled to reach out to Miss Candace and tell Miss Candace, we know that you have got railroaded. A CPS caseworker just told this lady that she got railroaded. You're not giving her the opportunity to fight for her kids. That is not right. And then you remove children all to where they can get raped in your custody, CPS. kid that was here. This is where those CWAP homes were located, surrounded by sex offenders. And then this child was raped by a sex offender, 13 years old. You're supposed to be protecting our kids. This is not what you're doing. Then we have children that's in child without placement, which is called CWAP, where they putting our kids in hotels and putting them subject to human trafficking. And you not having food for these kids. I walked CWAP. I've seen it for myself. These are direct pictures that I've taken because I've seen it. I've seen the horrors of CWAP. So you can't lie. So look at this. No food. But let you don't have any food, they ready to take all your kids. Then, look how much CPS is making of children being adopted. Look how much they make. CPS is making $4,000 per child with an additional $2,000 added for special needs children that are taken from their parents and put up for adoption. So you know they get an extra $2,000 when they put your kids on all this medicine. They get an extra $2,000 when your children have a disability. So again, you're not giving these parents the opportunity to fight for their kids because you on the money train. Not on our watch, not in our state. We're not going to play this with none of them. Texas is receiving $250 million to place our children that they take from their families in unlicensed, unregulated placement where they are subject to human trafficking. So who's the real human trafficker? CPS on my watch according to this. Who's the real human trafficker? You don't want to give this mother the opportunity to fight for her grandkids. For her children. You don't want to give this grandmother the opportunity to fight for her grandkids. This is unacceptable. This is something that I've seen firsthand. This is not something that I'm just talking about. I've seen it. And this is unacceptable. So, this here is dealing with Anderson County. I'll deal with that later. But this judge back here, your days is numbered. Because you're not going to stay and do what you're doing. And how do you sleep at night separating these families? How can you do that? That is unacceptable. You're not giving this mother a right to fight for her special needs kid. This kid has autism. This kid is 19 years old. You want to give him to be in a ward of a state and he got a mother? I don't think so. That is unacceptable and we are not going to tolerate.